This video is sponsored by RoadkillT-shirts.com. Click the link in the description below before your purchases to support my channel, and thank you.
Hey guys, this is my review of planes, trains, and automobiles. I wanted something to go good with the Thanksgiving holiday, US holiday. And this is the one movie that I watched a lot as a child, and it seems to be on every year on Thanksgiving. Well, I at least watched every year on Thanksgiving, as far as I can remember. And I have some great memories of this movie, and great memories of eating turkey too with this movie. But this movie is about a businessman named Neil Page that's trying to get home for Thanksgiving, and he's in New York and he's trying to get to, what is it, Chicago I believe it is. And he is in a business meeting, and he's gotta go down to the airport and catch a flight down to Chicago. Of course, it's during snowy weather and the flights get delayed. But as he's heading down to, flights get delayed in Chicago, or snowy in Chicago, because the flights are delayed in New York. So as he's going down to the airport, he tries to catch a cab during rush hour. Of course, that's a stupid idea. And he offers to pay this lawyer $75 to have his cab, and as he's doing that, Dale Griffith ends up stealing his cab. And this is where it starts off at. Well, actually, he trips over his luggage, his big crate of stuff, and he ends up seeing Dale again at the airport, and they eyeball each other, and then he remembers that's the dude that stole his cat. So later on, as he's on the plane, he had first class tickets, but he got bumped down the coach, so he ends up having to sit right next to Dale again. And of course, this dude's irritating the heck out of him. They get to some city, I think it was Wenatchee or something like that, and of course the flights are going to be delayed again because of the snowstorm in Chicago. So then he has to get a hotel room, and this part of the movie is kind of interesting because they have to share the same room. Dale ends up getting him a room out of the kindness of his heart, and the dude's just irritating the heck out of Neil, doing annoying things such as clearing his sinuses and popping his knuckles and neck and everything, and he's a complete slob. But they end up waking up in the morning time, spooning, and Dale got his hand up Neil's butt, and he thinks it's 2 pillows. It's kind of... So since they can't catch a plane to Chicago, what they end up doing is they end up going on a train, but the train ends up breaking down, so then they're having to walk to the station, but instead they're take a bus instead. You kind of see the pattern here: planes, trains, automobiles. So as they're walking back to the train station to get to their destination, he sees Dale carrying his luggage, this big heavy crate, and of course he helps him out, and he's kind of thinking that Dale's a freeloader, and then they got robbed at the motel beforehand, so they're completely out of money. So Dale quickly picks up this idea that he's gonna sell his shower rings, which he sells shower rings as a living to companies and everything, but he passes these shower rings off as earrings that are worn by celebrities. So they end up getting enough cash to continue on their trip and to be able to eat and get hotel rooms. And then they split ways again because Neil believes it's a good idea that they don't travel in a pair because it makes things more difficult. So Neil goes to go get his rental car, and turns out his rental car's not there, so then he has to hike back to the rental company, and he tells the rental agent to wipe her fucking smile off her face because he had to walk fucking X amount of miles in the fucking snow because the car wasn't fucking there. That's about the worst of the movie there, was the cursing part right there. And then the rental agent asks him for his rental agreement. He says, I threw it away, and she's like, you're fucked. So there's one of the most enjoyable part of the movie there. So as he's leaving the rental place, he's trying to catch a cab from Wenatchee or whatever it is, one city, and he's trying to catch a cab from to go a couple states over to Chicago. Of course, the cab person tells him to get out of here and everything, that he's not going to do that, and gets in a fight with the cab guy, and he ends up getting knocked out onto the ground and almost gets his head crushed by a car which happens to be driven by Dale. So then they hook up again. Then there's couple parts in that part of the movie there that are entertaining. Dale is messing with the seat, and of course he breaks the seat. Well, he's got to get comfortable. And then there's one part of the movie where Dale's driving, he's trying to take off his coat, and of course his sleeve gets caught on both sides of the seat by the adjusters, and he can't steer the car, so then they end up on the wrong side of the road. The car almost gets hit by 2 semis, but it just scrapes the paneling off the side of it, and they're sitting on the side of the road, sitting on the big luggage of Dale's, and laughing about the whole situation because they could have died, but they didn't, and the damage isn't as bad as what it could have been. And then the car explodes. It's like the trip from hell. But the worst part of it all was Neil's wallet was in the glove box. So what do they do now? Now they have to get another room, but they don't have no cash to get the room. Luckily, Neil had $17 plus a Rolex watch, so he ends up being able to get a room, and then he is so fed up with Dale that he doesn't want him to be in his room, so Dale's gonna freeze to death in this car that just exploded that somehow is able to drive. That's kind of odd as well. So he ends up inviting him into his room, and they have a good old time. And the next morning, as they're trying to get out of the snow that had piled up around their vehicle when it snowed the night before, Dale backs the car up and ends up backing right into the hotel room, and they quickly get out of there, and then they're pulled over because of the car not being safe for highway use. And then they end up getting on another train, or Neil at least gets on the train, and then he's thinking about all the things that Dale had said to him, and realized that he didn't have a family, that Dale didn't have a family. So then he goes back to talk to Dale, and of course he's sitting in the train station not doing anything, and Neil's like, I thought you were going home. He said, I don't have a home, my wife died. And then Neil basically invited him to Thanksgiving. They go back, and Neil's wife says hi to Dale, and I guess basically thanks him for getting home, getting getting her husband home for Thanksgiving. I've really enjoyed watching this movie throughout the years. I really enjoy the time I can spend with my family being able to watch this movie. And for everyone out there, I guess EOS mainly, but I mainly just wish everyone a happy holiday season, whatever your holidays may be. This is kind of the beginning of the holidays to come. I hope everyone has a safe holiday season, that you don't get into trouble and have lifelong consequences for bad behavior, that everyone stays safe, makes the right decisions, and you get everything that you want throughout these holidays. And remember that family is the most important thing ever, so cherish the time you get with your family members. And until next time, I will try to have a video up tomorrow. Doing a video pretty much every week this week has really pushed me to the limit, so we will see if I can get a video up tomorrow. So if I don't, I'll see you next week. If I do, then I will see you tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. Happy Thanksgiving. You can tell me about your Thanksgiving down in the comments below if you choose to. You can tell me what you think about planes, trains, and automobiles. I was trying to figure out a good movie to use for Thanksgiving, and this is the only one that came to my mind. I did pick up a page off of the internet that had a whole bunch of suggestions, one actually with Adam Sandler too, but this is the only one that really grabbed at me. That's another thing too, you can also tell me what your favorite Thanksgiving type movie is. I know there's a lot of people that watch Christmas type movies on Thanksgiving, but if you could let me know what your favorite Thanksgiving movie is down in the comments too, that would be pretty cool. So thank you guys for watching. I do have a Spreadshirt store open to the public that you can buy from. I got t-shirts, coffee cups, buttons, and a couple other things up there. So if you're looking for merchandise from me, you can go ahead and go to Spreadshirt. I'll leave the link in the description below. So if you want Secondhand Hunter merchandise, you can check that out. I've been forgetting to say that in my videos. Also, check out my sponsor's website, roadkilltshirts.com. If you use the link I provide for you, then I get a percentage of the purchase. That's always appreciated if you can do that for me. Another way to support my work is you can click the donation link for PayPal in the description below down there, and you can donate any amount as often or as little as you choose to. Again, I'm not asking, but if you want to support my work in any way, you can do it that way. For business inquiries, you can contact me at secondhandhunter@gmail.com, as typed up right there on the screen. I got a Facebook account, facebook.com/YouTube secondhandhunter. You can like me on there. I got a Twitter account which you can follow me at, is twitter.com/secondhandhuntr, as displayed right there. You can chat with me on Skype. My username is secondhandhunter. I also play video games. I haven't gotten any requests, so I don't. But whatever, I'll just throw this out there. PSN is Secondhand Hunter and Xbox Live is secondhandhuntr. If you feel the need to do the little ad thingy. I'm not gold right now, but maybe sometime I'll go gold. But if and when I do, then you already got me on there. So cool, we can play for some video games. Make sure you comment about what you think of this, everything I've mentioned. Suggestions, uplifting words are always appreciated. Thanks for checking this out. If you like my movie reviews, I do have a playlist set that you can check out, and I'll leave a thingy right there, an annotation that you can click on. Thank you for checking this out, and hopefully I see you guys tomorrow, if not next week. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side. Happy Thanksgiving.